Hey, good morning. I'm making this video to say that I've completed the backend assignment. I'm really happy to do that. I've been working on it for the past almost one day, and I'm really happy and excited that it is completed. So let's just move on with a little code walkthrough, and we will learn some APIs. So this is my OBS studio, and we'll use it to record the video. So this is the application, and I have implemented everything that was in the task. I have all the routes present in the route section. I have all the model present in the model section. I have all the cron job present in the cron job, and all the logic of application in the controllers. And I've also separated the middleware from the code base. And in middleware, I've implemented error handler. So these take popular error codes and handle them effectively for all the routes present in our code base. And this is a JWT token validator that is used to validate the validity of JWT token. This is given at the time of authorization to the admin. I have created an admin that controls the entire application, that manages the creation of task, user, subtask, and everything in the app is done through admin, and it is authorized with JWT token, and we are using this middleware to authenticate the admin. And yeah, and let's start walking through the root API. App.js. So in this file, I have handled a webhook for my Twilio hook. So I will talk about this later. And these are the routes for all the different use cases of the app, like admin, task, subtask, user. And let's just quickly walk through all the functions present in the admin. So here's the admin controller. So by using this function, one can register an admin. Using this function, one can log in to admin. And this is how we are creating a JW token. I have used env I have used environment variables to securely put my JWT secret there and use it in all the file when necessary. And these are the controllers for user. So this is how we create a user. I have checked all the details. If something is missing, I return an error as soon as possible. I have used async handler to manage the error handling effectively in asynchronous code. And this is an add user to task function. So this takes a user that is already created and a task that is already created and add that user to the task so that we can retrieve that user at the time. We can call that user at the time of calling cron job. We will talk about this later. And this is the task controller. So here I have made a controller that creates a task, and this is the controller that updates the task, and this is the controller that deletes a task. So one thing to note here, that this delete is not a hard delete. That is, I'm not deleting the task from the database, but I'm just maintaining a variable known as is deleted, and I'm switching its value. So that's why this is known as soft delete, because we aren't deleting it from the database, but we are only logically deleting it. And after the is deleted is true here, then we will never fetch this task. You can see it here as well in the get all task. So yeah, there's a filter, is deleted is false. So is deleted needs to be false for the task to be fetched. The same logic happens in subtask as well. It is very similar. So this is the update subtask, and this is the delete subtask. So let's just go to the models, and let's discuss the model I have created. So this is a normal admin model, nothing fancy here. I have created this to control my application. So one of the use case I thought about this application was a teacher in a classroom. So teacher is like admin. She can assign task to the entire classroom, and the classroom children are like users. And so she can assign a task to different users. And as soon as the task deadline reach, the user will get called. So this is the use case I thought. That's why I created an admin to control the entire application. And now let's go to the user. User is also simple: phone number, priority, and timestamp. And now let's go to the task. So task is little important. So task schema has title, of course, description, due date, and priority. Priority is based upon priority decided by the cron job, which we will discuss later in this video. And the status is decided by all the subtasks that are contained in this task. So I have also automated this. So we'll talk about this later. This is delete that I'm using to maintain if this task is soft deleted or not. And these are the parameters that I'm using to update the status. So these are the total number of subtasks present in this task, and these are the total number of completed tasks present in this task. So, and this is the logic that I'm using to update my status. So if the completed task is equal to the total task, then your task is completed, right? And if the number of completed tasks is greater than 0, and your number of completed tasks is less than, I mean, there are some subtasks left to complete, then your status is in progress, otherwise it is to do. So I have integrated this as a middleware in my database only. So as soon as someone changes the database using controllers, this will trigger and update the status of this particular object, because I'm using this, and this is a non-arrow function, so this can take this object, right? Yeah. And now just go to the routes. I have these are simple routes. I have also mentioned all the important routes in my GitHub repository. They can be found here for easy testing and verification. These are all the routes that were asked in the assignment. And now let's move on to, yeah, now let's move on to the cron jobs. So the cron, first of all, this is how I'm calling the cron job. This is the start priority cron job, and this is the calling cron job. So I have created, first let's check out the priority cron job. So this cron job is ran every day. This cron job is ran every day, and it updates the priority of a particular task using the logic present in utils. So this is the get priority function that gives us the priority of a particular subtask, and this cron job, priority cron job, uses it to update. So this is how we are updating the priority of the cron jobs of a particular task. And the second cron job was really interesting, and this was a little challenging. That's why I want to discuss it properly. And so the the uh, the concept of this cron job is that we want to call user as soon as that their task deadline has crossed, right? So we are running this cron job every hour, and we are taking the task whose priority is zero, because those are the one who need to be called, and is deleted is false. And then we are taking all the users from that task, right? And then we are sorting them based upon priority. Users are also assigned priority at the time of login, at the time of creation. So we are sorting them on the basis of priority. And now we are calling them one by one. And here we are awaiting using promises until a user picks a call or disconnects it. If the user picks it, then we break out of the for loop using the call answer variable here. And if call answer is true, we break out, otherwise we don't. But the challenge here was that Twilio doesn't give us a promise that tells us that the call was picked. But Twilio gives us a webhook connection, which we can listen on a live server. So what I did, I used ngrok to host my local project into the global web. And so ngrok gave me a public URL which I can use to chat with my application on the internet. So I hosted my application on ngrok, and this is the URL it gave me. And I created a hook. I created a listen hook, and and as soon as the call is done, the Twilio starts giving connection request to the to this route, and we are listening it on app.js. This is how we handle that hook. So this is the request.body.call call status we get, and if it's completed, and we are also using the event emitter to share the details of the hook in this another file. So as soon as there's a completed event, emitter emits a completed event, and this file inside the promise listens to it. And as soon as one of these is resolved, the the race the race condition will fulfill, and we will move out of the promise, and either we break based upon if it is completed, or we don't move it to next and move to the next user. So implementing ngrok was really nice and motivating to work on. Yeah, I have also implemented error handling very effectively. So as soon as any error comes in these routes, it goes to the error handler and then to the user. So this is nice. And yeah, and this is all what I have done. We can also check the database. So this is the user database. This is the task database. So we are creating multiple tasks, and you can see there are multiple users in the user database, multiple user in the task database, and these are the subtask. So each subtask is present in a task. So this is the reference, and this is the admin. I've only used one admin because it is not necessary to have multiple admins. And this is the entire application. I can also show you that these APIs are working. So let me just create a new task for for demonstration. So this is a new. So this is going to be my third task. So let me create a task. Um, I hope my token is not expired. Okay, so my token is expired, so I have to log in the admin again. Admin. So let's just log in the admin again and get the access token, and we will use this access token to authenticate our admin. So now this should work, and this is the task ID created. We can see that in the database. One task should be added. So now there are three tasks. Now they are going to be my third task, right? This is good, and yeah, that Similarly, the other APIs also work. I've written them on my GitHub here. Everything is clearly specified, and I'm really motivated about this project. So I learned a lot. I establishing calling cron job was really challenging. So I did this, and makes me really happy to complete this. And I'm really looking forward to listen back. And yeah, thanks for giving me this opportunity to work on this awesome project. And I learned a lot. So thank you.